After having had the biopsy, which, was after a battery of testing, ultimately, to me, the biopsy was going to be the deciding factor. I pushed it away, I revolted, I tried to avoid it because I knew that it was going to be a final statement. And of course, it hit me like a ton of bricks when I got, "You have cancer." Nobody wants to hear that. And how you respond to that. What do you do? There are guys who've done nothing, do nothing after they know that they have cancer. They choose to do nothing. But I think the smart thing to do is obviously take responsibility and go on to treatment.
Today I joined the ranks of many Canadians who are facing all kinds of cancer.
When I heard that first bomb drop, it was devastating. And I knew that my life was about to change. And I had to now find out what my options were and what's next.
Still trying to decide what the course of treatment's going to be. Radiation is my leaning. Just trying to explore all the possibilities of what can be done and what is going to be least intrusive in continuing to live, my life as I have.
I did a really good cross-check. I interviewed doctors. If you have a prostatectomy, you will never have another orgasm in your life. That was shocking for me. Even if you actually get prostatectomy, you can still get cancer because the little buggers could have escaped your prostate and it's lodged elsewhere in your body, can develop later. All of that for what? So in the end, I decided that having high-dose radiation for me. I wanted a thing called brachytherapy, which is a targeted needle that goes into the prostate, lodges and sits there, and over time, it takes care of. But I have high blood pressure and I'm on medication to deal with that. And the doctor, the great doctor who was to do it, he says, "I'm not doing it because you could die on the table."
I just got some gold seeds put in over at Princess Margaret. Dr. Berlin was amazing. There's a lot of fear going into this kind of thing, and he really kind of got me to relax and be calm. So the gold seeds are the first thing that you do before you get your radiation treatment.
One of the other things that he did for me that was really great that I should share is he put in what's called a space war. They inject two fluids through your behind, and it forms an apron so that if you're having radiation, the damage to your rear is not as severe. And so that was a gift to me, and it definitely is something that men should look at when they are looking at radiation. Because of this dilemma, because of this head spin, this chaos that had suddenly come upon me, I realized men need a place, need a connection, need a link to get information efficiently. Because I searched very hard and fast and wide.
So I was back at Juravinsky today for what's termed radiation planning. It's really to map out where the radiation will be applied to my body. Expertly, everybody did their job, and I walked out of there feeling, they're prepared. I've got to say, I feel really fortunate to be here in Canada, where the doctors have been amazing, the staff has been amazing, everybody has been just completely on point. It really does make you feel secure that, things are gonna be okay.
The one thing I learned as a Black male is that we are doubly vulnerable to prostate cancer than everyone else, and we are 70% more likely to die. I also know that Black men, as a rule, find testing emasculating, anything like that really compromise who they are as men. And I think it's really important that somebody, it may not only be me, but I certainly want to contribute because I can speak to the honesty of this. All men, not just Black men, but all men need to get tested. And what I learned was that as a man, I didn't take enough precaution when I was 40 years old or 50 years old. And doing it now at 68, 69 was almost too late. So we don't want anybody else to be at almost too late. We don't want anybody else to die. we want people to be vigilant.
No matter how much you plot and plan and research and question and doubt and fear, it comes down to making a move, making a decision. I've researched, I've made my choice. Today is the first day of my radiation treatments. There'll be 5 of them over 10 days, every other day. And now I can just leave it up to the doctors to see, what the final outcome is. You can't gauge that. You don't know what the outcome's going to be. There's a lot of mental gymnastics going on. Friends have been great. I'm really grateful for friends who've been supportive, but they're not in your head. They don't know what you're feeling. You don't know what the compromise is going to be. If there's going to be one, hopefully there isn't. Anyway, I just have to suck it up and go deal.
When you're in that desperate place, what I know is that 23, once I was diagnosed, my head was very hot. It was very intense. I was terrified. I didn't know where to look. Yes, my doctors gave some advice, and yes, the experts and the specialists gave advice. But you really want to make your own decisions, and you need the information quickly and clearly, as efficiently as possible. So my vision for Brothers is that it's going to provide that information. It's a starting point. We're going to invite men to share their own personal prostate cancer stories. Because when you hear it from someone else, whatever their choice of treatment, whatever their experience, how they feel now, how it impacted their families, how it impacts them, those are very, very valuable bits of information and experience that'll help the next guy in his own decision making. I think that's very, very important to have this community of conversation, to have this community of sharing, this community of easy links or pointing you to the direction where you can get good, useful, trusted expert information on top of these real life stories. Brothers is a Canadian effort to try to help men in this country, Black, Indigenous, everyone, to get information efficiently, where to go, how to get tested, and save your life.